Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Friday. It's day 2 of our little 1,000 follower affiliate anniversary celebration marathon thing. Um, made plans with Ari last night to play Monster Hunter again, like first thing in the morning. It is 11 a.m. Unfortunately, Ari had some stuff come up, and so she'll be a little later than we planned, but that's okay. We'll just be warming up with some Powerwash Simulator, doing some yapping. Um, I'm still waking up, so I don't know if it's a great idea to play Monster Hunter right now anyway. Um, but the plan for today, um, we'll play Powerwash Sim till Aries here. She's ready. Um, and then we'll play some Grand Blue whenever we're done with Monster Hunter with Aerie, whenever she's done with me. Um, and then this morning, like literally like 40 minutes ago, I made some plans with Cap to play some Stardew Valley. Um, that'll be around the regular start of the art when we usually start streams, 7:30 Mountain Time. So this evening. Um, so yeah. Yeah, we'll probably play some Power Sim, and then we'll need to eat lunch in a couple hours here. And then we'll play some Grand Blue after we're done Monster Hunting with Ari. If we have time for that, we'll see. Though I don't feel like playing Monster Hunter for like 7 hours. But we'll see. We'll see. Hi Marius. Congrats on getting first sphere. How you doing? Good to see you. Hi wow. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday. But yeah, that's the plan. If we have time, after Monster Hunter and some Grand Blue, um, we'll play some roguelikes. I have a handful. Um, there's one on in my library I have not played since like 2023, maybe earlier. um, called Skull Hero Slayer. Um, it's a combat one. It's not like a card deck building one or anything like that. It's very hard. But I haven't played in a while. I am still very tired. I'm still waking up. Um, I hope I got enough sleep. Um, I hope I got enough sleep. I had some trouble sleeping last night. I got to sleep at some point after 1 a.m. At some point after 1 a.m., I fell asleep. I woke up at 9. I got out of bed at 9, 3 hours ago. 2 hours ago, sorry. Woke up at 4 a.m. Aw. Thank you for the red beans, wow. I heard some chips. And it's water now. It's absolutely worth it, I see. If you get to annoy your brother, anything's worth it. Fair enough, I can understand that sentiment. Okay, we're gonna play some Power Sim though. And yeah, whenever Ari says she's here, then we'll up to Monster Hunter. I would play Monster Hunter by myself, but we finished the rest of the village stuff last night after she left. So, um, yeah. Anyway, hello, hello. Thank you for the follow last night. Thank you, thank you. Which Monster Hunter? Monster Hunter Rise. Aries taking me through Rise. We finished World last year. Well, we got through the main game of World and Iceborne into the post game, but um, we didn't really touch the post game because Ari was like, "I want to play Rise now," and she gifted me Rise and like the big deluxe version of Rise with the DLC and some cosmetics and stuff. So I was like, okay, okay. So when we're done with Rise, I would love to go back to World and do post game stuff. That sounds like a ton of fun because the post game seems um extensive in World, at least. Your friend has too many hours on Rise already. 1 to 2,000 hours. I don't. The only game I have over 1,000 hours in right now is VTube Studio. Game closest to that is probably the Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth collection. We do have the first ad break starting any second now. While the ads going on, we'll boot up. There's a lot of people here so early in the. It is Friday. It is Friday. Consider more than 300. Yeah. I mean, we have. I guess I can look. How much time do we have in World? Because in Rise right now we have 42 hours, which is like chump change, right? In World, I have 107 hours. I actually played more Monster Hunter Stories 2 than I did World by like 10 hours. Um wow, okay. Uh I like Stories 2 a lot. It's a really good game. It's really good. Should play it. Okay, sorry. Just pulling up chat on my phone. Sandbox games? There's gotta be a game where you just play in the sandbox, right? There's gotta be. Okay. So today I'm going to try to remember to like get up and stretch and stuff like at least at once every hour. Every 30 minutes would probably be ideal. Because last night my butt hurt from it was really sore last night just from sitting. I don't want to do that again. Anyway, let's get the game open here. Let's get the game open. We're still working on the subway. Hollow Knight, Silk Song. I thought you were just chanting Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight, Hollow Knight. On Silk Song, I'm proud of your Hollow Knight hours in Minecraft. Oh, I've probably put over the course of my life, I've probably put quite a lot of time into Minecraft for sure. And hi Sterling, how you doing, sweetheart? 10,000 hours of Hollow Knight so far. Goodness gracious. I have Hollow Knight on my PlayStation because my brother bought it. I think when it released, he's like, I've heard really good things about this game, and then he bought it on my PlayStation because we only had consoles. I don't know why he didn't buy it on the Xbox, but so I have access to Hollow Knight. I think I played it a bit, like for like 10 minutes. I don't know. It's a problem. At least you're enjoying yourself, right? Okay, so now we'll do the ceiling because we did the columns. We'll do the ceiling, and then we will move outward into doing this part. We'll do the floor, and we'll do the wall, and then the ceiling on both sides, and then we're done. 10,000 hours and 100% Silk Song. Oh no. Find some hard challenges to start the game. I was gonna say, that doesn't make any sense, and it's not funny, but I was gonna say you could nuzlocke Silk Song. I don't know how that would work, but maybe you could try nuzlocking Silk Song somehow. I don't know. Whenever you die, you can't use the equipment you had on. I don't know. Whoops. Let's lock both? Yeah. Something. I don't know. These are separate ceiling chunks, which makes sense. Beep, boo. Yeah, I hope you all slept well. Thank you guys for sticking with me through the ad break. Thank you. I appreciate it. And hi, Sterling. Hi, sweetheart. I see you. Um, yeah, I don't know. I thought about trying a. When I was playing them, I thought about trying a Cyber Sleuth Nuzlocke. Although, I mean, you could do that. I don't know if that'd be fun. Because there's. I think there's scripted losses in Cyber Sleuth. Maybe there's not. Or it might be one. There we go. 245. Do it, no charms. Yes, we are. Goodness. There we go. Um, I was this morning. I had some more Frosted Flakes for breakfast, and yesterday, Nova uploaded uploaded a new documentary or a new episode on YouTube about the origins of mammals, and I was like, "Oh, yippee! Yippee!" Um, so I was watching that before stream yesterday. I watched more of it. I was eating my cereal. Um, I don't think it's has anything I didn't already know or I've already heard elsewhere, but it's very cool. Construction began on the Muckingham to Caldera City branch line in 1920, funded by local businessman Wilberforce Thrust, who was keen to provide an efficient means of transporting his workforce from the city to his thriving cattle ranch. It was finally unveiled by Mayor Jeff Jefferson X, who tragically passed away the self-same day from an incident related to the station's substandard construction. So Jeff Jefferson, the current mayor, is the grandson of Jeff Jefferson the 10th that died in the subway. So the subway is haunted, what you're saying. There's a chance the subway is haunted. What kind of cereal? I had Frosted Flakes. I had Frosted Flakes when I was a little kid. I would put sugar on my Frosted Flakes because they weren't sweet enough. I was crazy. So Jeff the 100th, yeah, that'd take a really long time. So Jeff the 12th, right? Just a solo Roman numeral X is 10, right? Oh, there wasn't. Okay. X is 10. Yeah, so we're on. That was 1920. So yeah, that checks out. We're on Jeff Jefferson the 12th. It's okay. Or just cut into chunks here for some reason. Does that just add more items to be for the 100% cleaned thing? I don't know. I'll take it though. If there's a yeah mustard animal. My brother, my brother had his Twitch account's name was Mustard the Pig for a while. It's not that anymore, but it was that. My mom told us we should start a podcast called Ketchup and Mustard, but I don't know. I don't know who would listen to that. Okay. There we go. Y'all can agree. Bears are cute. Yes, they are. If not friend by friendship, right? We went to hug bear. I see. Well, there's that guy, like a bear sanctuary or whatever, and he like wrestles with his bears or something. Like, man, that's that's pretty scary. Actually, I don't know if it's relevant, but like a couple weeks ago, I watched this video by this guy talking about the history of slurposaurs. And slurposaurs are is just a term for when a movie, old black and white movies, and uh, when they did end when there was the transition to color, but before like CGI, and if they the director or the guys making the movie didn't want to bother hiring somebody that's good with stop motion, um, to do like dinosaurs or kaiju in a movie. There's those movies with like giant praying mantises and tarantulas, and they just drop a tarantula or a praying mantis on like a miniature set, right? slurposaurs, or when you do that, but with reptiles, to get dinosaurs in your movie. And slurposaurs have quite the quite the story. Looked up if you get a license, you can have a pet bear. Oh my goodness. And he went over the history and the usage of slurposaurs, and he talked about the treatment, that how the reptiles are treated on set. And this is like the 30s to like 50s to 60s, up to I think maybe to the 80s, probably not though. I think up through the 70s or 80s, because back then, if you get it by your nicknaming, you're naming it Yogi. I see, a good one. Back then, you could get away with just like taping a sail to the back of a monitor lizard and calling it a dinosaur, because this was before Jurassic Park and before the dinosaur renaissance. So like, if you told somebody that a brontosaurus was actually, like, if you told somebody a brontosaurus was a crocodile with a frill taped to its head with a horn stuck on its forehead, they'd believe you. Like, oh, okay. Like there's the 10,000 BC. This is a Titanoboa, yeah. Like 10,000 BC was the biggest use of slurposaurs in a movie. Like it was there. It was like a point of bragging for them in their marketing. Was like, hey, there was no stop motion or special effects really used in this movie. It's all real animals, you know, right? And they did not treat animals in like filming animals used in the filming of movies very well at all. And it's been a while since I watched the video, so the details are a little fuzzy. But if you go back and watch 10,000 BC, the finale of 10,000 BC is a juvenile alligator and a monitor lizard fighting. They just kind of like toss the monitor lizard on top of the alligator, and then the alligator grabs the monitor lizard and starts death rolling. Well, the protagonists are like, whoa, in the background, right? And I don't know if the monitor lizard died, but the last shot we see of the monitor lizard is it laying on its side, breathing very slowly with blood coming out of its neck. So, and this is before like people had really decided to be nice to animals on a film. Besides, like, dogs and cats and stuff, probably, and domestic animals. And the film was signed off by at the time this group that would make in the credits they would say this film was certified by this organization to say that that no animals were harmed or anything like that. When the same organization really didn't do anything. Like there was a couple books that the guy in the video quoted from, and there was a guy that worked on 10,000 BC that kind of revolutionized the way we treat animals or train animals for film by being nice to them. It's a revolutionary idea to be nice to the animals. He it was his job to do stuff with handle the reptiles for 10,000 BC or one of these films. And he was like 21, so he was just this young guy, and he wrote a book he's actually writing another book right now. The guy is like 91 years old. He's still around. He's still around. He's not dead. He's still kicking. And he wrote a book, and he didn't name the film that he worked on. It's a revenge, yeah. So the film's called 10,000. And he's like, yeah, I didn't like having to like use cattle prods and stuff to get the animals to do what we needed them to. But I was young and that was all I had. So after his experience with that, he's like, okay, I gotta make this better. So he he had the idea to be nice and treat the animals nicely. Um, and it worked. And it's thanks to him that animals don't regularly die on film sets as much as they used to. um, yeah, it's a really good video. Like you should watch it just when you have the chance. A history of slurposaurs on YouTube. It's a really good video. Um, yeah, but it's just really sad because reptiles are also just kind of harder to realistically get them to do what you need them to do for a film, like specific behaviors. Now it's probably not so bad, not so difficult, but you know, um, yeah, it was really sad. I think it was the same guy in his book. Maybe it was a different guy. They needed this rabbit to just do a specific ram into a wall for some reason, and they got the rabbit to just run full speed at a wall, and the rabbit died. It broke its neck, and I don't know if this is a different someone else or someone else's book. I suppose it's to watch the video, but somebody was on set. I don't know if it was the same guy that was like, "This is crazy. I gotta fix this." Um, um, and there was the guys that signed off like no animals were hurt in the filming of this movie, and he was like, "Hey, guy, you're here on the set because one of the people from this organization, the organization, I don't remember what it's called. It wasn't PETA. PETA didn't exist yet. But they were like, hey, a rabbit just died. They just forced a rabbit to break its neck against a wall. Are you going to call the cops?" He's like, sorry, man, I don't have any power. If I call the cops, by the time they get here, they'd have moved on, and nothing would happen anyway. Like, I gotta fix this. So even though that organization signed off on 10,000 BC that no animals were harmed or mistreated or anything, they definitely were. So it's just the system sucks. But the practice of using slurposaurs kind of died pretty quickly as our understanding of what dinosaurs as animals, what they looked like, what were, it would be increasingly more difficult for people to suspend their disbelief at seeing an iguana on screen and being told it's a brontosaurus or a triceratops, right? And for the longest time, the only appearance of slurposaurs in film were like the ending scene and scenes from 10,000 BC that were sampled and cut and used in other films for a really long time. And then they did a remake of 10,000 BC, where at the end they had an adolescent alligator and a monitor lizard fight, but at the end of the film they fall into the earth cracks open or whatever, like there's an earthquake, and then they both fall into a pit. We don't see if they land on nice padding or if they just drop them from a who knows how far, a height of who knows how much. Um, and that was kind of the last hurrah of Slurposaurs, or ever. Because it's like, oh, they're extinct now, and like the island or whatever they were on. Like I think I haven't watched 10,000 BC, and I don't want to. But I believe the plot follows like two groups of cavemen. One are like hunter gatherer, like very active in like hunting animals, and the other group are like pacifists, like they don't like fighting. And the film is like kind of Romeo and Juliet with the male and female lead actors, and it's just them and their families and their groups, their tribes trying to survive these giant natural disasters and dinosaurs. Um, yeah, this I don't know. Now I think you could maybe get away with using Slurposaurus in like a tongue-in-cheek way, like, haha, there's massive reptiles, and we know they're massive reptiles. I think that might work as like a comedy, maybe, but I don't know. Oh, right there. There we go. Your gecko heard reptile and just stared at your phone. Oh, and in 10,000 BC, there's 10,000 BC is based on a novel, and in the novel, they find a baby T Rex or whatever, and then take it home. I bet it's just a baby dinosaur. I don't remember what kind, but in the film, they just take like a regular like a little cute little gecko, and they glued like horns to its head, and like, this is a baby triceratops, and we're gonna take it home with us. And apparently, the lead actor or whoever was in the movie did end up keeping that gecko as a pet for a while. So, um, that gecko made it out okay, I guess. Oh, and when they were gonna they announced like a remaster or remake of 10,000 BC in color, right? This is after color television, and they hired the guy that was like did King Kong, or the guy that studied under the guy that did the stop motion in King Kong and other films with dinosaurs in them and things. Um, and he was all excited because like, oh, this is my last film. I'm getting old, but I want to do like one more project or whatever. And like, hey guy, stop motion is too expensive, so we're just gonna probably spend more money gluing things to reptiles and then hitting them with cattle prods, prodding them to do things. And it's like, man, um, so he did like the special effects shots, and they look okay. He did a good job, but like, you squandered the guy that did like King Kong. Why would you do that? Or Journey to the Center of the Earth, something like that. Why would you do that? Because he wanted to save money, and the reptiles probably ended up being a bigger hassle than stop motion would have been. It's so dumb. It was so dumb. May just be you. Listen less when shocked, yeah. Yeah. Well, there's a scene in this movie. Might be a different film. Um, but they still use slurposaurs. They had these iguanas, and iguanas don't usually eat meat. Like they don't go out of their way to eat meat most of the time. And in this book, this guy that it's a different guy, but he did special effects. He was known for his special effects, and in the book, he recounts um the scene they needed uh these iguanas to come out of these caves. Uh, there was a scene on this beach where the humans come up on they're stuck on this. They get stuck on this beach, and a bunch of dimetrodons come out. They're not dinosaurs, but still, um, they're a bunch of black iguanas that come out, and they have sails on their back. And he very clinically explains how they devised a method to attach these sails to the backs of these iguanas. Um, and uh, in the scene, um, the humans are chased by these iguanas that are intended to be dinosaurs, and one of the humans throws a spear in one of the mouths of one of the iguanas, and they made that effect by just shooting with like a dart gun a stick into the mouth of an iguana. Like, what do you do? Don't do that. Um, and then the humans escape because that iguana dies, and then all the other animals start eating its corpse. And then they make a getaway on a boat. Like they literally just shoot like a toothpick in the mouth of this iguana. Um, and so the iguana in the movie that the iguanas start like biting is dead. Um, in the book, the guy's like, yeah, it had died previously. Well, during the production of the movie, he doesn't say how it died. But when it died, he said uh, they put it in the freezer or the fridge. They put it in cold storage so they could have it ready for the scene because they intended to do this anyway. So if this iguana hadn't previously died of age or was sick or just kicked the bucket, and then they put it in the freezer, they probably would have just killed an iguana, and then, uh, and the iguana species they used, are herbivores. They don't really eat meat. Maybe they eat bugs. And to get the iguanas to start biting on this dead iguana, they just take the iguana. They took the iguanas by the scruff of the neck and just started shoving its face into the corpse till they started biting it. Um, like, it's terrible. It's terrible. Like it makes me bad. Don't do that. Why would you do this? This is just terrible. But there weren't really protections in place for animals then, especially reptiles, because the attitude, I guess, was just like the reptiles. Who cares? I care. Why are you still dirty? Be clean. Third. Did I miss a big chunk? Maybe. Still got a bit of dirt on it. Did they eat? Just be easier to make a fake one? I guess? Or just like make. I don't know. Oh, it's right there. Maybe just make like one out of like leather, and then stuff it full of like their food. I don't know. Yeah, they could have done that, but I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But yeah, the practice of using slurposaurs is not very they don't do that anymore. Well, probably because it's probably very cheap to just do CGI now. Rush some bad CGI. I missed a bit of dirt. Hi, Pie. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Good afternoon? Or would it be good evening? Afternoon. Okay. I hope you slept well, Pie. Hope you got enough sleep. Whew. 7:42 p.m. Oh, that's evening for me in my brain. In my brain, evening starts like excuse me, 5:30 to 6, but it's winter time, so the sun sets by like 5:30, and it sucks. It sucks. I hate with the sun. The sun setting before 6 p.m. sucks. I don't like it. Oh, you slept that long that it's the afternoon for you? Oh, okay. Fair enough. I'm glad. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Fair enough. We were talking about um slurposaurs. Yeah, the use of just before like CGI and stuff, and if the production didn't feel like hiring somebody who was good at stop motion, and there were dinosaurs in the film, they would just like tape prosthetic and glue prosthetics to like reptiles and say, "Hey, this is a T-Rex. This is a Brontosaurus, but it's an alligator with a frill and horns taped to its head." Um, you could get away with it then because the broad audience, the majority of people didn't know what a T-Rex or Brontosaurus looked like. You know, so you could get away with it. But now, you'd be laughed out of the room unless you do it like a, haha, remember when we did this, tongue-in-cheek way in like a comedy film. It could maybe work. Um, yeah. And this was also before like there were like actual laws on how to not mistreat animals while filming movies. You know. Oh, in the remake of 10,000 BC, there's a duck, and that duck had a great time. That duck was having the time of her life. They really liked that duck. Oh, and by the time they remade, I think by the time they remade 10,000 BC, the guy that was 21 when he started um, learning how to become an animal handler for movies, and just saw the absolute nightmare that the reptiles went through in that film. It might be 10,000 BC, or it's either 10,000 BC or like no, it's not 10,000 BC. It's like Journey to the Center of the Earth, or um The movie where there's an island with dinosaurs on it, and they go and explore the island because there's dinosaurs on it. It's that one, the remake of that film. There's a duck in that movie. I don't remember. I can't recall what it's called though, at the moment. Yeah. Um. And she was technically the only dinosaur in the movie, because everyone, all the other animals, the ones they taped prosthetics to, glued sails to the backs of iguanas. Those are just reptiles. Those aren't dinosaurs. A duck is a dinosaur. Oh, no. You will. Yeah. I can't think of it. It's either Journey to the Center of the Earth or something. There we go. Is now clean. It's good to see you, Pie. There we go. Ceiling is clean. The whole platform is clean now, except for this platform ledges. Guess we can do that next. Then we'll do the wall, floor, wall, ceiling. So it's good. I'm still waking up. I woke up a little over 2 hours ago. I got out of bed at 9. I hope I got enough sleep. I had some trouble sleeping last night. I didn't get to bed till at some point after 1 a.m. I don't know when exactly I fell asleep. So I got at least 7 hours. But it's going good. We were gonna open the stream today with some Monster Hunter Rise with Eri again. But Eri had some urgent errands pop up, so we're playing some Powerwash Sim until she's ready. But it's going good, Pie. Yesterday we opened the stream with opening some Magic the Gathering Lorwyn Eclipsed packs that I happened upon at Walmart 2 days ago, the day before yesterday. Give her the stretch. Marius, thank you. We didn't pull any mythic rares. One pack, so apparently every pack now has a guaranteed foil, which is fun. The first pack we opened was actually probably our best pack, because our rare was Tristan Callus Cultivator. He seems to be made for like you could sometimes you could just tell when a card is intended for it to be like a commander or a commander deck, instead of rather than be like in a 60 card deck, like standard or something. And Tristan is definitely that. He's very good for Elf Tribal. He cares about elves being in the graveyard. He has Death Touch, and you can pay 1 black mana at the beginning of your main phase, your first main phase, to transform him into his other form, where he becomes an elf warlock instead of an elf druid. And then whenever he transforms, you mill 3 cards. And on his green side, when he's a green creature, if there's an elf card in your graveyard after you mill, you gain 2 life. And then on the other side of his card, after he transforms to his black creature mode, if there's you can exile an elf creature card from your graveyard to do 2 damage to all your opponents. So I don't know if he's a good commander, but he seems interesting. He seems really interesting. And our foil in that pack happened to be a rare as well. We pulled a foil Bree of Clan Stoutarm. She cares about she can make another creature you control have flying and life steal or lifelink. And then at the beginning of your turn, or at the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, you exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. And then you can play that card without paying its mana cost if its mana value is equal or less than the amount of life you gained that turn. Otherwise, you put it in your hand. And the other cards you exile stay exiled. They don't go back in the deck or anything. So she definitely sounds more fun to me to build a deck around than Tristan. Bree is also he costs red and white mana, so she'd be a red-white commander. I believe that color combo is called Boros, or referred to as Boros. So we did pull some cool stuff. Just no mythic rares, just rares, which is fine. Red-white commander, yep. She's pretty good. She seems like a pretty good card. She seems like fun to build around. It's always fun to be able to play your cards for free, right? Without having to pay their costs. So, and she lets you do that. If I were to build a commander deck with any of the cards we pulled yesterday, it'd be with Bree. If I build a deck with Tristan, the elf guy, that would just be a 60 card deck, because I don't have enough elves, I think, to fill out a commander deck, unfortunately. I might, though, but the deck probably would not be very good. Because a lot of my elf cards are already in my other commander decks I've built. So, there's that. And I have like 1, 2. I have 5 I've built myself and 2 precons. And of those 5 cards, I've 5 commander decks. I've kind of spent all of my like dual lands and things like that nature, so kind of out of that thing. Hi, Phobos. Thank you for being here. How you doing, sweetheart? We're just waking up with some Powerwash Simulator before Aerie gets back and she's ready for Monster Hunter. It's going okay, I think. It's only been 55 minutes. We're just yapping and playing some Powerwash Simulator. We were just talking about that, Phobos. I pulled a couple pretty good rares. All the rares I pulled were pretty good. I only had 5 packs to open, and they were all blister packs. It was all that was left at Walmart. But if you want to look them up, Phobos, so you can look at them yourself, the 2 standout rares for me, the first pack we opened had 2 rares in it, because I guess now you get a guaranteed foil in every pack, at least with Lorwyn Eclipsed. In the first pack, we pulled Tristan Callous Cultivator. He's a legendary elf creature druid. He's a legendary creature elf druid. He's a 3/4 for 3 mana, and he has Death Touch. And whenever this creature enters or transforms into Tristan Callous Cultivator, mill 3 cards. Then, if there's an elf card in your graveyard, you gain 2 life. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 black mana. If you do, transform Tristan. So you flip him over, and then he becomes Tristan Penitent Kohler. He becomes an elf warlock instead of a druid. He's still a 3/4. He still has Death Touch. And whenever this creature transforms into Tristan Penitent Kohler, mill 3 cards, and then you may exile an elf card from your graveyard. If you do, each opponent loses 2 life. And then at the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 green mana. If you do, you transform him again. So he's definitely built to be like elf tribal commander guy. I just don't know if I have enough elves and enough good stuff to build an elf deck around this guy. I might try. I'll try. But I'll probably end up building a 60 card deck with him, an elf tribal 60 card deck, just because some of my friends prefer playing 60 card. It's just that all my other friends only have commander decks right now. So I think having a 60 card deck would not hurt. And then in the same pack, our foil card was Bree of Clan's Stoutarm. Kind of, I guess she's related to Brian Stoutarm, the guy from original Lorwyn block that you just kind of lets you fling creatures at your opponent. And she's a Boros color. She's red and white. She costs 4 mana, 2 generic, 1 red, 1 white. And she's a 4/4 giant warrior. And you can pay 1 colorless or 1 generic and a white mana, tap her, and another target creature you control gains flying and lifelink until end of turn, which is pretty good. And then at the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost if the spell's mana value is less than or equal to the amount of life you gained this turn. Otherwise, put it into your hand. So she lets you play stuff out of your deck for free, but you do exile stuff off the top, and the stuff that you exile that's a non-spell card, mostly lands. That's just land cards. So you'd be exiling a bunch of land cards out of your deck probably, unless you get really lucky. But she seems more fun to build around as a commander for a commander deck. But yeah, a bunch of these cards I pulled are definitely going in my existing commander decks for sure. Like some of these changelings, and a bunch of these enchantments I pulled are really good too. There's a red enchantment that it costs 5 mana, but as it enters, it has Convoke, so you can tap your creatures to pay for 1 generic mana. So if you have 3 creatures out, it only costs 2 mana. And then as it enters, you choose a creature type, and then double all damage that sources you control of the chosen type would deal. So I'm thinking of putting that in my red-green Stompy Trample deck, because there's a lot of beasts in that deck. The commander of that deck is a centaur, so that seems like that would be good in there. But yeah, So I'll probably build a 60 card deck with Tristan, and then maybe attempt to piece together a Boros deck around Bree. I'm not confident that deck would be any good. Um, but maybe I can throw something together. Maybe. Yeah, we did pull some cool stuff, Phobos. We pulled some pretty neat stuff out of those 5 packs. The Lorwyn Eclipse set, if you, it's pretty cool. It seems like a pretty fun set to. It seems like a fun sealed environment as well. Just from the cards, there's lots of synergies you can build around. Lots of counters and tokens and things, and so yeah, lots of cool stuff. And the rares seem very strong. Hi, Dulo. Thank you for being here. Before you leave for work. No worries, Dulo. I hope you have a good day at work. Mwah. Thank you, sweetheart. Always good to see you. But how are you, Phobos? Did I ask how you were? Um, yeah. Thank you for the stretch, Marius. Thank you. Okay. 30 minutes to an hour. I did. I did say that, Marius. Thank you. I am still waking up. Like I still brain is still foggy. I don't know if I've still got morning voice going on, but kind of feels like it. Thank you for the water, Dulo. Thank you. Brain go burr. Yep. Yep. I still got some of the fog. The morning fog. It's also cloudier today than it was yesterday. The sun is not currently beaming through my window like it was yesterday morning. Welcome to a great day to staring at your face. Oh my goodness. There's still a lot of dirt left on it. I missed a ton. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Sorry. Goodness. Oof. Beep, boo. Did you find any more cool cards in those? Did that giant collection that you got dumped with, Phobos? Yeah, dumped on you. Have you found pretty much everything worth something already? That's clean. Finally. All right. Start over here. Okay. Oh, they didn't clean the platform ledge. I guess we can do it first. This, there we go. Dirt. I don't know if that's rust or just algae. Oh, it's been an hour. We have an ad break in a couple seconds. There we go. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. I want to start on this. Like, seeing like a tunnel miss sheer cold. Let's go. um, like seeing a tunnel boarded up like this is reminding me a lot of the Metro games. I've played, I think, all of the Metro games. I don't think I've played all the DLC in Exodus. Um, but I loved Exodus. Exodus was the first one I played, I think. And then I went back to play the other two or three, 2033 or 23, whatever it's called, and then Dying Light. I have at least Dying Light in my library because it was free for a period of time, like 2 years ago. But Exodus was a really, really fun experience. I don't want to spoil anything, but the end of that game was like, it was a lot. Like it was it hit pretty hard. I don't know if it would hit as hard on a replay, another playthrough, but yeah. Why did they finish the game before you got it? You got Dying Light 2 with your friends. Finish the game before I got it. Oh no. Or what? Oh, it's Metro Last Light, right? Is it Metro Last Light? The second game? I remember when Metro Exodus released, like 2020, 2019. It was earlier than that. There was a lot of drama because it was going to be exclusive to the Epic Game Store, and it was. But people had already pre-ordered it on Steam before they made the deal, I guess. So people that pre-ordered on Steam made a big stink, as they should have. But the people that pre-ordered it on Steam got to play it on Steam before its exclusivity on the Epic Game Store ended. I don't know if it's still exclusive to the Epic Game Store. I doubt it. But I remember that being kind of a big deal. So they're saying, okay, so the subway was originally built in 1920, or junction. Look at the Oh, I can't. I don't know if I can look at the ones they sent me. No. I guess we don't get to read them until they're done. But the subway was the junction. Welcome back from the break, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Junction was originally built in 1920, and then the mayor died in a freak accident because of the shoddy construction. And the signs on the wall say 84, so they were using it till 84, and then I guess they shut down this chunk of the subway. I suppose. Sorry, I just zoned out for a second. I zoned out. Sorry. Beep, boo. Yippee! Can I pick up the letter from here? Holy smokes, you can. You could pick up the ladder from here. From that distance? Okay. Interesting. Alright. Yeah. It might be interesting to replay. I can't talk. It might be. I don't think I would mind streaming Exodus, but I don't have Exodus. And Exodus also has nudity in it. It's probably still a stream category, though. I imagine it is. Alright, that's cool. Alright. Floor time. Then the wall. The ceiling. Floor, wall, ceiling. Okay. Okay, so the whole floor is one chunk. I might cut off at some point over there, but to a different. There's a lot of bumps and ridges in the floor. Okay. Whew. This is kind of a pain in the butt because the rails. They treat it like a very stubby fence to one side, then the other side. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. So when I went to the store 2 days ago to see if I could find any Pokemon cards or anything at Walmart, um, they had some Gundam TCG starter decks. Um, I've heard good things about the Gundam game, but also that it's kind of pricey to build meta decks because a lot of the meta staples are in the starter decks, which is interesting. Um, so like starter deck prices on the secondary market are like crazy. A gumdrop. That'd be more like the Cookie Kingdom card game, which does exist and is apparently pretty good. Being a big bank. Let's see. Hi, Blue. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing? Yeah, we're we're doing another 12-hour streams, 3-day 12-hour stream marathon thing. To celebrate hitting 1,000 followers, and today is my affiliate anniversary. According to Twitch, it's the 12th, but they did the happy affiliate anniversary chat messages yesterday. So, um, yeah. So we're doing 12-hour streams yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I'm feeling okay. I'm still waking up. I still feel kind of groggy. Um, we were gonna open the stream with some more Monster Hunter Rise with Eri, but Eri had some stuff come up, some errands come up last minute this morning. So we're just playing some Power Sim till she's ready. So she's here, and then we'll play. Because we kind of finished all of the Monster Hunter. We finished all of the village quests um last night, and so there's not a ton we can do by ourselves because we were working on grinding uh the Zinogre armor set, but now I'm wondering if I should just go for like the Rajang armor set, because I already have all the expensive stuff for that one. Like I have beast gems already and stuff, so I just need to beat up a bunch of Rajangs. Rest at least, yeah. I did sleep. I did sleep last night. I did have some trouble falling asleep when I did go to bed. I didn't end up falling asleep till sometime after 1 a.m. Um, unfortunately. So I don't know exactly how much sleep I got. I woke up and got out of bed at 9 a.m. So at least 7 hours, 7.5, maybe. So yeah, we'll see if we play Grand Blue tonight or today. We'll see how I'm feeling. Um, we'll see. I do want to play some Grand Blue, but if I'm all groggy and stuff, maybe we should be fine after I eat lunch and stuff. I did eat some cereal this morning, but I did eat something. We'll probably break for lunch in an hour or two. Um, nap soon. I I I don't take naps. I'm not I'm not one to take naps. I took naps when I was little, like a toddler. Uh, when I was a little kid, but um, I'm doing okay. I'm just still waking up. I got the brain fog. I was sleeping from 12 p.m. to 4 a.m. naps. So that's just going to bed for me. Thank you for the lurk, Blue. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Four p.m. Hi, Mercury. The subway was reopened again following extensive repointing in 1923 by Mayor Jeff Jefferson the 11th. So Mayor Jeff Jefferson the 10th died 3 years before Mayor Jeff Jefferson the 11th was elected. It closed again the following fall after the shocking revelation that Wilberforce Thrust had been using it to funnel train trucks full of stolen money out of town. Money was never recovered. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Hi, Mercury. Good afternoon. It's 12:30, 12:27. It's no longer morning. The sun is now coming through the window. Yippee. How are you, sweetheart? Does the snack have more snacks? Wah, 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 wah. Oh, right, it's Friday. I forgot to post slides this morning. I was gonna do that this morning. You want a snack right now? I guess I could do that while I eat lunch. Guess I could do that then. The chocolate bar in a bit, nice. Thank you for the 5 stream streak, Mercury. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, I guess if I remember, I'll post thighs on Twitter Blue Sky while I eat lunch. We can do that. Do it then. I got distracted because um Cap distracted me because he messaged me this morning because I did ask him. I did tell him if if he was available Friday, we could play games. So me and Cap are gonna play some Stardew this evening. We have not played Stardew on stream. I have not played Stardew at all since August of 2024. This may be weird. Okay. Start playing Among Us again? Is that weird? They're eating grape mixed with mustard jelly? Marshmallow. Marshmallow. Okay. Interesting. That just kind of sounds like a snack to me. Than anything weird. Forbidden barbecue sauce. Okay. Chocolate chip cookies. I've seen that some people, there's recipes out there for uh, potato chip chocolate chip cookies. Like you put, just crush up a bunch of Lay's original and put them in your chocolate chip cookie dough, and then roll the cookies in crushed chips before you put in the oven. That I don't know how that would be bad. It has to be good, right? It has to be good. Okay. Beep, boop. Siblings used to make. Take a big bag of Lay's hot dogs, cheese, and noodles. Oh, okay. Bag as a ball. That sounds kind of similar to like something like a walking taco. You know, you make everything for a taco, but you put it all in a bag of Frito Lay's. The you know the corn chip strips, some Fritos. Then you eat it out of the bag of Fritos. Freeze it and pack it, and pack up and take it to school. Freeze it. Did they like nuke it in the microwave when they got it to school? They liked freezing it. Never asked. Okay. Beep, boo. I gotta ask. Okay. Okay, Marius. I might actually go get lunch in like an hour. I think yesterday we ate lunch around 2. Yeah. Oh, I might go make my lunch at 1:30. Your siblings said. Okay. Laptop on top of it? Oh no! Oh no! Here's a question. I tried for answers. Ooh. Don't worry about it. I see. Okay. Because I remember my the cafeteria when I was in junior high. They had a table with a microwave on it in the corner um, of the cafeteria, and my junior high and high school had separate gymnasiums and separate cafeterias. In elementary, they were the same room. Now I'm getting hungry thinking about it. Hi, Cap. Thank you for the stretch of the water. Thank you. Going into high school. Oh. How are you, Cap? Good afternoon. It's work shift. Gotcha. I would do okay. Um, Ari had some stuff come up before the stream, so we're just warming up with some Powerwash Simulator. I'm probably gonna go get lunch in a bit. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Goodness gracious. um. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go heat up some lunch in like 20-30 minutes. And then while I'm eating lunch, I'll post thighs because I forgot to post thighs this morning before stream because you messaged me and that kind of that wiped. I probably wouldn't have remembered anyway, but thank you for it. Yes, I'll stretch again. I'll stretch again. Okay. So I'm doing okay, Camp. I'm feeling okay so far. Well, I'll post them while I'm eating. Um. Nice. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. I'm I'm less groggy than I was an hour ago. um, Still got a bit of that brain fog, but I'm doing okay. There we go. Hey, yippee! The floor's clean. This wall's still dirty. I thought it was done. Darn it. Okay, there we go. To take a toll? Yeah, yeah. We'll we'll eat lunch. And then yeah. Yeah. And then we'll come back I guess we'll play more. Maybe I don't know. I don't know when area will be ready. So I'm not sure what we'll be doing after I eat. Because my lunch, usually, every day for my lunch, I just eat a big bowl of mixed veggies and then some sort of protein. We have a big bag of frozen meatballs in the freezer, so I've just been eating like a handful of meatballs, my vegetables. I'll probably eat that today too. um, and that can take a while to get through. So I don't want to just like disappear for like 20 minutes, but I might have to. Will I eat? I cook the vegetables only take like 6.5 minutes in the microwave, and then the meatballs take. I cook them for 8 minutes in the air fryer at 400. So making it will probably take like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and then eating. Oh, take 20, 15, 20 minutes. All right, be good. Um. So yeah. I might just mute for a bit while I eat. I don't know. We'll probably just do just chatting while I eat my lunch. And then figure out what to do after that from there. We're at that point. I don't think Ari knew or knows how late she'll be. Much longer she'll be, so I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I'll post these while I eat. Yeah. This bunny is slowly becoming your favorite. That's you guys. That's supposed to be you guys. Anyway. The channel points are called Dust Bunnies, and I decided to call you guys Dust Bunnies. Or I don't know when I decided that calling chat Dust Bunnies would be fun, but like, there's our chat. I don't know. I don't know if I have an active enough chat, which is not a it's not a bad thing. Like I'm not upset about it, but I don't know if I have an active enough chat where I can't like keep up, and then cause I could just like call you guys your usernames. I don't know. We're currently used to you're not complaining. Thank you for the water, Marius. Thank you. You guys were thrilled to see that. Yeah, Twinkies. Twinkies became an inside joke, I guess, in chat thanks to Teto and Ninetail. They asked for a Twinkie emote, so I drew one. Why won't you be clean? Be clean, dirt. Why is this particular dirt so stubborn? What's up with that? The blush is killing you. I don't know why I put a blush on it. I think it adds a lot, though. I think it wouldn't be as good if the Twinkie wasn't blushing. If the Twinkie didn't blush, it wouldn't be as good. Oh, is the stubborn stuff like oil? Oil? Look, it's shiny. It's probably oil. Okay. If the Twinkie didn't blush, is it really a Twinkie? That's a real question, huh? All right. So, using your plushies. I see. Is it for any particular reason? One reason? Okay. Shark. Oh, is it a blahage? I don't have a blahage. I have IKEA plushies. It's just 20 different colored sharks. Oh. Um, 20 foxes. Oh my goodness. This well's not clean either. What? Geckos get a plushie, dogs get a plushie, even the bird gets one. um, yeah, I don't have a blahage. Maybe that is a crime to some. I don't know. I have some IKEA plushies. I have the big fat uh, IKEA grizzly bear. I have one of those. Um, and I have this um, throw pillow that's like 4 feet long, and it's just a fish. It just has the printing of like a real image of a sardine on it, um, or a minnow, whatever it's called. So I have one of those, but I don't have a blahage. I have some Beanie Baby sharks, but not IKEA sharks. Maybe I need to put one on my throne. The 8-foot bear? Oh, he's not 8 feet tall. It's... You have an 8-foot bear? Or that's the closest thing I have to an 8-foot bear? $210? Oh my goodness. Jeez. Like those like life-size plushies that they sold at like the Toys R Us store in New York when that was around. Like those kind of things. It was not fun to get inside. I bet. Is it? How heavy is it? £15? Oh, okay. That's not too bad. I'm guessing it was just difficult to get inside because of how big it is. Yeah. Okay. Was there oil like this on the other side, or did I just not notice, I guess? How stubborn some of this gunk is. You begged your siblings for help. Thanks, so you win. Fair enough. Alright, I think let's finish this floor and then we'll go. I'll go make lunch. Oh, we'll do that. We're about halfway done with this floor. I could have gotten this bad. I don't know. It's been untouched since '84, so you know whatever year it is in Powerwash Simulator, at least over 20 years. Can you get rid of it? It just sat abandoned, cordoned off since '84. We're cleaning it because they said they're gonna fix it up, so. This one's so lying. Well, I mean, there was graffiti all over the walls, so people did break in. People did. Sorry. Ugh. Alright, well, that section of the floor is clean. let's go. Whew. They're still dirty. These are still dirty? What do you mean? Dirt. Just the dirt on this stupid... Why are you still dirty? There we go. Yeesh. Do any spray paint? Because if they want me to believe it, at least one group of people broke in there. Yeah, there's spray paint. There's spray paint all over the walls. So what's gonna bless me? I sneezed twice. Who said bless you? No one? Thank you, Marius. Thank you for the stretch, Marius. Thank you. These are more frequent than 30 minutes, but I appreciate. Has it? I don't know. Maybe it has. Maybe it has been. $1:30. It's now 2 hours in. Okay. We're almost there. We're almost there. I might have to stop before we finish this, just because I need to go to the bathroom soon. I'm feeling it. Oh, here comes the ad break. Third ad break? Why did I start streaming? Oh, that's that's quite the question. I suppose I'm going to try to answer this while I'm sniffling. So I apologize if you guys can hear my sniffling. The sneeze has gotten me good, I guess. Um, But so I decided I wanted to stream in like 2020. I was like, if I ever stream, and I decided I wanted to, if decided that if I were to ever stream, uh, it'd be a VTuber. I would either be a dinosaur or a Beanie Baby. And there was a VTuber I watched a lot in like 2020. Uh, her name was Lemon Leaf at the time. She was then a green Kirin, and now she is a tapir. If you know, you know. But I watched Lemon Leaf a lot, and I listened to her ASMR on YouTube a lot too. Her ASMR is very good stuff. It's good stuff. Um, but I decided that if I was ever to become a VTuber, I'd be a Beanie Baby or a dinosaur. And remember, I typed that in Lemon Leaf's chat, and she was like, "You should do it, do it." And so, like, well, now I have to. And then it's either after, pretty soon after that, I found Christy Chu, who's a streamer. I don't think Christy has streamed in a while. Um, he's a Shiba Inu girl VTuber. Um, I watched Christy a lot, and then through Christy, I found Jiro Oki. He's a werewolf VTuber. He might yeah, he's a werewolf. At least as far it's been a while since I've caught one of his streams. Um, I believe he's still a werewolf. He started as a phoenix, and now he is a werewolf VTuber. And through Jiro, I found Maesty, my art papa Volmini, who rebranded from Maesty to Volmini, and I watched him stream. I watched Maesty's streams like every day because in 2020 I had nothing going on. Um, I watched his streams like all. I watched all of his streams, pretty much all of them, from beginning to end. Um, and I was there when Maesty, who at the time was Mestiza, she was a Astro Fox VTuber. Volmini is still an Astro Fox VTuber, um, but he's rebranded, so it's streaming on a different channel now. But Maesty, when they hit 50 followers, we celebrate hitting 50 followers. They did a chibi model raffle, and you entered the raffle through a channel point redeem. And it was like 300 channel points. So every time I hit 300 channel points, I would redeem it. Welcome back from the break, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you. And I won the raffle. And at that point, one of my IRL friends, he was learning 3D modeling, I think. I don't know if he still is. But he's like, hey, I can make you a 3D VTuber. So my friend had done some concept art sketches for my teddy bear design. And so that's what this model currently is based on, is his sketches. Just like just a chibi version of those. And then my art papa drew and then rigged me, and I had the model for a couple years, and then but I didn't have a computer good enough to stream. That was like 2021, 2022. um, like early 2022, probably 2021. So I was sitting on the model for like a year, um, and then I worked at Walmart for a while, and then I quit and bought my computer, uh, and then started streaming in the tail end of 2022 into 2023. Um, so yeah, I started streaming because I wanted to try it. And when I started streaming, the like my head canon for Ketchup the Bear lore for my model, it was that I figured no, I wouldn't keep followers. Yeah, yes, I am. Um, I lost my train. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's like, oh, I'll play a bunch of like old video games because I'm like a teddy. I'm a teddy bear stuck in an attic. Like I'm not strong enough to like lift the latch on the entrance to the attic in the ceiling, to lower the ladder to climb out. So I'm just stuck in there playing old games on a computer. Um, and I guess we have played over the course of like over a year. We played old games on Saturdays, and I don't really play too many like modern games. I think the game we played the game we played like closest to its launch was probably Space Marine 2. Um it was probably Space Marine 2. Maybe Lethal Company. Definitely Monster Hunter Stories. It's probably Monster Hunter Stories. Um and Cassette Beasts, and well, Beastie Ball was out on early access for a while. I think it still is early access. But yeah. Okay. I gotta go to the bathroom. Let's get this done. Let's get this done. I gotta go to the bathroom. Table's clean. Let's go. With oil stains. Like, I had this thought before the 12-hour streams. This is completely unrelated. Um, but I wanted to. I was curious if there were any, like, walking sim games where you just walk around in a museum. I guess the closest thing to that would be, like, some Worlds in VR chat. Um, but like the eyewitness intro sequence, if you know what I that you know, eyewitness is the I was in elementary around the time that they were still reeling in CRTs with VCRs to like have us to show us like episodes of uh a Magic School Bus, Bill Nye, and I think I remember watching at some point we watched an episode or two of Eyewitness. Um, and the Eyewitness theme is like the Eyewitness theme is peak scholastic core. It's just it's so good. Um, and they made Eyewitness video games where you could walk. They made like two or three. There was one. There was a dinosaur museum. I didn't have these growing up. There was a dinosaur museum and a museum about cats and like human history or something. There were those three for like CD-ROM. And there's a video by I think their channel name is just A Real Human, and they do a review of the Eyewitness Dinosaur Museum game. It looks so cool. It looks so cool. Um, and the museum is shaped like an eye, so it's a big uh, oval shape. Um, Very cool. In the center of the museum, there's an elevator where you can take the elevator to the Big Cats Museum and the other museums that they made CD-ROMs of, CD-ROM games for. You probably just have to swap discs or something. That's really cool. So, I if you guys know any like museum walkthrough games, like I need those. That sounds so much fun. That sounds like a ton of fun. I would love the game. Love a dinosaur museum walkthrough game. Um, I don't know if those exist. I know there's games where you like run a dinosaur museum, like Paleontology Simulator or whatever it's called. But like a game where you walk through, like a modern eyewitness museum walkthrough game, would be so cool. That would be so cool. I remember when I was little, I think we had it at home. There was a game where you build a dinosaur skeleton, and then you have it just run and see how far it goes. I don't know what that was called. I think it was on my grandpa's computer. Um, I think. I think we had it there at home when I was very small, and then I think there's a dinosaur museum a couple towns over. And growing up, I believe they had a section that was just CRT computers, just old computers with dinosaur games on them. And I think one of them was you build a dinosaur skeleton and see how far it can run. Which nowadays would probably just be a flash game, but it was cool. And yesterday, Muck asked me what my all-time favorite game was. My all-time favorite game of all time is probably Impossible Creatures. If you've been here for a couple years, we played through Impossible Creatures, the campaign, on stream. If you've never heard of it, it's an RTS made by Relic Entertainment, the guys that did the Homeworld games. They took a break from like space sci-fi RTS games to make this weird steampunk 1920s to 30s like game, maybe earlier than that, where you build an army of impossible creatures by combining two animals to make individual units that you then produce in a game and build your army. And there's population caps and stuff. Your army is you build an army of 9 prefabricated creatures, and then in PvP, you use those 9 creatures to beat up your opponent's base and whatnot. Um, yeah, it's. I think it's a good game. There are people that don't think it's a good game. I like it a lot. I played it a lot. I would not be surprised if it's the game I've put the most time of my life into, just because I've been playing it since I was at least like 3. I've been playing as long as I've known how to use a mouse and keyboard, I guess. Um, not that I actually like played the game itself, I would just make armies for my dad. Like I would get home from elementary, run downstairs to the computer room, and build terrible armies of just creatures I thought looked cool, and then I would wait for my dad to get home from work, and then I'd be like, Dad, I made an army. Will you come play it, the game with it? And I would just beg my dad to use the army of terrible creatures, and he would cheat to get more coal and electricity and stuff. And the game, if you're playing a game of impossible creatures with somebody, or just with CPUs, um, there's like announcements on the side of the screen of the UI that's like, oh, this person has reached level 2 creatures. This person reached level 3 creatures. This person traded electricity with this person if they're on a team or whatever, you know. And if you cheat, you pull up the console, uh, the game console by pressing tilde, and then there's like cheat coal underscore parentheses 99999 parenthesis, and then it gives you 9,999 coal. And then when you cheat, there will be an announcement on the side of the screen that says, somebody's cheating. And in the game, you gather resources by cloning your henchmen, which are these big, burly, dumb guys. And they're usually they're the voice, like, they'll be like, this coal pile's out of coal. You know, they'll be like, hey boss, there's this going on. And if they're attacked by an enemy creature, it goes, I'm being attacked by one of these things. The base is under attack. And if you cheat, the henchman the henchman voice goes, somebody's cheating. So I'd be watching my dad play with these terrible creatures that there's no chance of winning without cheating. Just spam them out. Just massive mobs of these cheap little guys, terrible creatures. And the game would go, somebody's cheating. And we go, Dad, you're cheating. You're cheating, Dad. And I'm making him play with these terrible creatures. If you want to give it a shot, it was ported to Steam in like 2015 or something by 2K. Or it was THQ. THQ Nordic bought the rights to it or whatever. They own the rights to Impossible Creatures and ported it to Steam. It's on Steam. I don't remember how much it is. I think it's either like $5, $10, or $15. And there's a very vibrant modding scene for the game. There's a very big mod on the Steam Workshop called the Tellurian mod that adds it reworks and rebalances the creatures, the individual animals and their stats and their abilities and stuff like that, and adds a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of new animals, and revamps the campaign and things. There's also a mod called Dino Dawn that last time we streamed it was to play the Dino Dawn mod that adds dinosaurs and other extinct megafauna to the game. Like there's the dodo and the thylacine, the Tasmanian wolf, Tasmanian tiger. Sorry, Tasmanian tiger, thylacine. Very cool stuff. And like dinosaurs and impossible creatures was like a dream of mine since I was like 3 years old. So this mod is literally like a childhood dream made manifest. It's very cool. It's very cool. and they've added more animals since we've last streamed it. So maybe next week, if I remember to, we can play it. We could stream it next week, if I remember. Next week's streams might be just more of the same because we finished the. There won't be a hand cam stream on Mondays for the foreseeable future because we finished the Dinosaur Museum Book Nook. We finished it on last Monday. So, or earlier this week. So I don't know what we're gonna do on Mondays now. I'll have to ask Eri if she wants to keep playing Monster Hunter on Thursdays or if we want to move Monster Hunter back to Mondays. And then because we need to finish Baldur's Gate 3. Need to finish that darn game. Yay! That's clean. Tracks clean. Tracks clean. Tracks clean. Cable's clean. Okay, so we finished the walls, the ceilings there, and the floors. Alright, I have to go to the bathroom. So, crawl here for Powerwash Sim. I gotta go to the bathroom, and I'm going to go make lunch. While I go to the bathroom, or no, when I leave to go. No, whatever. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and make lunch. So, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm going to mute, but let me pull up the music that loop it, and then hopefully that volume's okay. I'm gonna go make lunch. We're just gonna stay here in the void for a little while.